Hey guys, my name's Floss and today I'm going to be taking you through a power tapas flow, and we're going to be focusing on our hips and our glutes. Tapas is going to be the theme of our class today. So tapas is one of the niyamas from the Ashtanga 8 limbs, and what it means is self-discipline. So I really want you to focus on a sense of disciplining yourself mentally and physically throughout the class, going to your limit, pushing yourself a little bit further outside of your comfort zone, obviously without hurting yourself. Okay, so to begin, we're going to start in Baddha Konasana. So sitting up, sit bones planted firmly on the ground, tummy engaged, soles of the feet together, knees coming out to the sides. The legs should be in a sort of diamond shape. If your hips are really tight, just move the feet slightly further away. Also, before we begin, I would suggest just pausing the video and grabbing a block. You may not need it, but it is handy just to have it near in case. So, sitting up tall in Baddha Konasana. Inhale, we roll the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, roll the shoulders down the back. Inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, roll the shoulders down to the back. One more time. Inhale, shoulders come up. Exhale, shoulders roll down. Excellent. Okay, so to begin, we're just going to center our minds, focus. So shut the eyes, deep breath in through the nose. Let the belly expand. Exhale through the nose. Engage the stomach. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Hands come to prayer of heart, center. Keeping the eyes closed, and I'm going to talk us through our intention for today's class. So bearing in mind our theme is tapas, our intention is just repeat the words. Each part, after I've spoken them, just repeat them in your mind. So it's, I am powerful. I am strong. I am focused. Keeping the eyes closed, just sit with the words for a moment. And I'll repeat it once more. I am powerful. I am strong. I am focused. Excellent. Open up the eyes. Inhale through the nose. We reach the hands up above the head, maybe clasping the hands together, stretching from side to side. One more deep inhale at the top. Exhale, place the hands onto the feet. So thumbs press into the soles of the feet, fingers wrap around the outside of the foot. From here, I want you to squidge your feet a little bit closer into your thighs, into your groin. Inhale, spine grows tall. Exhale, fold over the legs. Don't worry if you can literally only get to here. Just go to your limit, your point of tension, wherever that is. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Everyone's body is different. So inhale, spine grows tall. Exhale, we fold a little bit further. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Close the eyes, feel into the hips. Waking up the glutes, telling them we're going to be working them today. One more deep breath in through the nose. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, can you go a little bit further? Inhale here. Exhale, we roll the spine, rounding the back, rolling all the way up to seated position. Spine grows long. Excellent. Just take one more breath here, eyes closed. Really focus your mind, letting go of any thoughts, forgetting your to-do list for the rest of the day. So we shut the eyes, inhale. Tummy expands. Hold the breath. And Exhale, let everything go, everything out of your mind. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, lion's breath. Tongue comes out, mouth wide. Well done. From here, we're going to plant the soles of the feet onto the mat. Knees come up, pointing towards the sky, legs bent. Hold the hands at the back of the thighs and just tip back, roll, rocking up and down through the spine, waking the body up. When you get to the top, try and engage the core. So rocking back, rocking up, engage that tummy, rocking back, rocking up with the breath. Next time we come up, I want you to cross the ankles. From here, plant the hands down and just roll onto the knees, coming up into all fours. Don't worry, just make your way to all fours however is comfortable for you, if that's not possible for you. All fours, we're spreading the fingers wide, tummy engaged, back flat. Inhale. Exhale, we tuck the toes under, pressing down through the hands, lift the hips high to the sky, coming into our first downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, I want you to really focus on, instead of straightening the legs, keeping the back nice and long. So roll the shoulders away from the ears, press down through the hands, really move the hips back and up towards the sky. Pedal the dog out, bending one knee, bending the other. Maybe rock the hips side to side, feeling a nice stretch in the side body. And now I want you to come to stillness in your downward facing dog. Again, don't worry if your feet don't touch the floor. Mine aren't touching the floor today. Knees keeping bent if the hamstrings are tight. Press through the hands, press through the fingers. Shoulders away from ears. 3 deep breaths in your downward facing dog. Closing the eyes. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Well done. On your next inhale, I want you to bend through the knees, look to the front top of the mat, and either step, or if you're feeling very energetic, jump, so the feet meet the hands at the top of your mat. Straighten the legs, keep the chest folding over the thighs. We're coming into ragdoll. Again, just starting to feel into the hips, feel into the legs. Maybe clasp opposite elbows with opposite hands. Sway the body from side to side. Keeping the eyes shut and keeping with the breath. Inhale, press down through the feet, pressing through the heels. We're going to start to engage our glutes. So keeping the knees bent, I want you to roll up to standing, but I really want you to focus your mind on your glute muscles. So press through the heels, engage the stomach, slowly, really focusing on that tension in the glutes as you slowly make your way up to standing. When you get there, squeeze the glutes in. Inhale, hands come up above head. Exhale, release the glutes, hands to prayer of heart. Take a moment in your standing pose. Check the toes are spread nice and wide, legs engaged, inner thighs squeezing together. And before we go into our sun salutations, we're going to repeat our mantra. So keeping the eyes closed. I am powerful. I am strong. I am focused. Great, everybody. From here, we inhale, stretch the arms up above the head. Exhale, we fold, chest flows over thighs. Keeping the knees bent if the hamstrings are tight. On the inhale, hands move to shins, head up, chest up, flat back. Exhale, bend through the knees, plant the hands down on the mat. we step the right foot back, then the left, coming into plank. We're going to pause in plank for a moment. Just check everything. Check your foundations. Tummy engaged. Bum's not poking out. Tailbone tucked under. Squeezing the thighs together. Spine long. One more inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to move to a modified chaturanga. So knees come down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Engage through the stomach. Bend through the elbows. Keeping the elbows locked into the chest. Exhale, we lower our chest, chin, forehead down to the ground. When you get there, inhale, press through the hands, roll the shoulders away from the ears, chest up, head up, cobra, squeezing the bum here. Exhale, tuck the toes under, come up through all fours, pressing the sit bones back, press down through the balls of the heels, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale in downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, we bend the knees, look to the front of the mat, step or jump. If you're stepping, it's right leg then left. If you're jumping, just go for it. To the top of the mat, feet meet the hands, straighten the legs. Inhale, hands come to shins, head up, chest up, flat back. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Exhale, forward fold, chest moves over thighs. Inhale, slow and controlled. We press through the heels. Really engage that bum on your way up to standing. Engage the tummy. Be slow, self-discipline, control. When you get to the top, inhale once more. Hands come up above the head. Exhale, hands move to prayer of heart. Take a moment. Start to feel the heat rising in your body. Welcome it. Enjoy it. And we go again. Inhale. Arms move up above the head. Exhale, we forward fold. Chest moves over thighs. Inhale, hands come to shins. Head up, chest up, flat back. Exhale, bend through the knees, plant the hands. We step the left leg, then the right, back to plank. Hold in plank. Engage the stomach, tucking the tailbone under. Inhale. Exhale, we bend the knees, coming to our modified chaturanga. Untuck the toes. Engage through the stomach. Bend through the elbows, slowly lowering chin, chest, forehead down to the ground. Inhale, roll the shoulders away from the ears, head up, chest up, cobra. Squeeze the bum. Exhale, bend through the knees, send the sit bones back, toes tuck under, and hips move high to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, we bend through the knees. Look to the front of the mat, step or jump. If you're stepping, left foot, then right. Feet meet the hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, hands to shins, head up, chest up, flat back. Exhale, we forward fold. Inhale, pressing down through those heels, bend the knees. We slowly roll through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, engaging everything. This is not passive, this is active, slow, controlled tapas, self-discipline. We get to the top, squeeze the bum. Inhale, hands move up above the head. Really hold here, squeeze that bum. Exhale, release the glutes. Hands to prayer of heart position. Take a moment. Again, checking in with your body. Can you feel more heat? Is your heart rate starting to go up? Can you feel sweat? Take note of all of these things. Welcome them. Welcome the heat, the energy. And we go one more time. So inhale. Hands move up to the sky. Exhale, we forward fold. Keeping everything engaged. Chest moves over thighs. Inhale, hands to shins. Flat back, head up, chest up. Exhale, bend through the knees. I want you to try and jump. Don't worry if it's really hard. But try from here, bending through the knees, press down through the hands, jump back, plank. Don't worry if you can't, just step it back. Holding in plank, inhale. On the exhale, I want us also to try full chaturanga. Don't worry if you need to go to modified, totally fine, but if you're feeling like it, we'll try full. So tip forward on the toes, keeping the elbows locked in. Bend through the elbows, keeping the whole body elevated off the mat. Inhale, press through the hands, roll over onto the backs of the feet. Knees stay lifted off the ground. Squeeze the bum. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, press down through the hands, keeping the knees lifted off the mat. Roll over the toes. Hips move to the sky. Downward facing dog. Well done, everybody. Inhale and downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, we bend through the knees. Again, if you want to, try jumping this time. Don't worry if you need to step. Exhale, we press down through the hands, bounce off the balls of the feet. Inhale, hands to shins, head up, chest up, flat back. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Exhale, forward fold, chest moves over thighs. Inhale. Instead of coming to our mountain pose here, we're going to stay in our forward fold and just, I'll turn this way so you can see, just heel toe the feet together. So imagine there's a zip moving, coming all the way up the legs, zipping the legs together, squeeze those legs together. From here in our forward fold, we're going to bend the knees, send the sit bones back, brush the fingertips along the mat, arms move up, extending in a diagonal towards the corner of your ceiling. Inhale, engage the stomach, press through the heels, coming into our Utkatasana, our chair. Inhale. Exhale, hold a little bit longer, squeeze the bum. Inhale, exhale, straighten the legs, forward fold. Bend through one leg, bend through the other. Take a moment. And we go again. So legs squeezing together. Remember that zipping up through your legs, everything squeezing towards each other. Inhale, bend through the knees, send the sit bones back, fingertips brush along the mat. Arms come up, extended in a diagonal. Engage the stomach, engage the bum. Can you sink the hips a little bit lower? Keeping with the breath, deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale, exhale, fold over the legs, straighten the legs. From here, we press down through the feet, slowly rolling through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way up to standing. Inhale when you get to the top. Last thing to lift is the head. Inhale, we reach the hands up above the head. Exhale. Hands to prayer of heart. Take a moment here. Heel toe the feet so they're hip width distance apart. Keeping everything engaged, but just taking a breath. Now we're feeling nice and warm. Our glutes should be feeling turned on. Inhale. Exhale, deep breath through the belly. And we repeat our mantra. I am powerful. I am strong. I am focused. Sit with your intention for a moment. Inhale. Exhale. Excellent. Well done, guys. From here, we inhale. Arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale. Forward fold. Chest moves over thighs. Inhale. Hands come to shins. Flat back. Exhale, bend through the knees, plant the hands, but this time we're going to step back to downward facing dog. Pressing through the hands, coming into our down dog. From here, on the inhale, I want you to press through the balls of your feet, sort of come up onto the kind of tiptoes in a pike position, and really exaggerate the roll through your spine, curve your back, have control, tapas, self-discipline here. Slowly moving our way into plank, shoulders stack over wrists. Excellent. Hold in plank for breath, squeeze the bum. Exhale. Inhale, we lower the knees all the way down to the mat, coming into our all fours position. If at any point through the class you need to take child's pose, come into easy pose just to take a breath, please do so. Although we're keeping self-discipline, strength, power, we don't want to hurt ourselves. So just bear that in mind. Okay, from all fours, we're going to inhale, lift the right leg, extend the right leg, out behind you. Don't worry if you can only get your foot an inch off the ground, that's totally fine. Just like I said before, go to your limit, your personal limit. Don't go to where you think the limit should be, just go to where you feel that point of tension. So inhale, extending the left foot out behind us, trying to keep the hips square, weight in both hands. Squeeze the right bum cheek. Inhale. On the exhale, we're going to bend the right knee. Peek at me if you need a visual cue. We're going to bend through the right knee, bringing the right knee out to the right side. So the right, I'm going to turn this way so you guys can see me. So the right knee comes in line with the right hip. Again, don't worry if your knee just comes this much off the ground. Go to where you feel that tension. Inhaling here. Also remembering not to lift up. We want our knee to be above our foot. That's a real problem for me. Don't worry if it is for you, but just notice it. Check in with yourself. Squeezing the right bum cheek. Inhale, keeping weight in both hands. Squeeze for one more breath. Exhale. On an inhale, we're going to extend the right leg. So the whole leg is extended out to the right. Hold here, squeeze the bum. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to plant the sole of the right foot down on the ground, keeping the leg extended out to the right. From here, we walk our hands back in towards our torso, slowly straightening the spine, coming into gate pose. So right sole of the foot is planted down on the ground. Make it active. Press down through the knife edge of your right foot. Squeeze that right bum cheek. Inhale, hands move up above the head. Exhale, we place our right palm either on our right thigh or right shin, whatever's available for you. Inhale, we lift the left arm up above the head, stretching over to the right. You should feel a really nice stretch from the waist, the left waistline. But at the same time, I want you to really contract that right waist, squeeze the right waistline and squeeze the right glute. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. From here, we're going to come back to center. Exhale. Inhale, we move to the left side. So plant the left hand down on the mat. So your left knee and left hand are in line to each other out to the left side. From here, I want you to straighten the right arm. Don't worry if you wobble. Up towards the sky, making sure the arms are in one long, nice straight line. Engage the tummy, squeeze the left glute, squeeze the right glute, and lift that right leg up off the ground. Again, don't worry if the foot just comes a centimetre off the ground. Just go to where you can start to feel that heat in the right glute. Inhaling here, engage the stomach, 3 breaths. Really trying to make sure the body's not collapsing back or tilting forward, straight line. 2 more breaths. Perfect. Inhale. Place the sole of the right foot down. Engage through the stomach. Use the core to lift you back to center. Inhale here. Stretch the arms out in a T. Exhale. We place the hands down onto the mat in front of us. Shoulders stacked over wrists. And move the right knee back into tabletop. We're going to move through a cat-cow to catch our breath. So inhale. Round the stomach down to the floor, curving through the spine, head up, chest up. Exhale, press down through the hands, contract the stomach, round the spine. Perfect, we move to the other side. So left foot extends out behind us, going to wherever you feel your point of tension. Breathing deep breaths into the belly, squeeze the left glute. Excellent. From here, I'm just going to turn so you can see me. From here, we bend through the left knee and move the left knee out towards the left side so the knee is parallel with the hip. This is my tighter side, so my knee doesn't come as high. Check in with yourself, noticing if one side's tighter than the other, and go with that. Foot is below the knee. Squeeze the glute. Inhale. Exhale, we extend the left leg out to the side. Hold for a breath, squeezing the glute. Exhale, we plant the sole of the left foot down on the ground. So left leg is extended out and the sole of the left foot is planted so the toes are facing towards me, or facing towards the front of your mat. Engage the stomach, walk the hands in towards your hips, traveling up through the spine, coming into standing, coming into gate. Squeeze both glutes here. Inhale, arms come out into a T. Exhale, our left hand plants either on our left shin or thigh. Right arm extends up, and you should feel a really nice stretch along that right waistline, contracting, squeezing the left waistline, squeezing the left glute. Inhale. Exhale, really squeezing everything in. Shut the eyes here, focus, self-discipline, tapas. Inhale, exhale, brings us back to center, chest stacked over hips. Inhale, we move to the right side, so right hand plants down on the mat, so the hand is in line with the right knee. Left arm comes up, arms in a nice straight vertical line. Engage the stomach. Inhale, we lift that left leg off the ground, keeping the foot flexed. So we're coming into a sort of half side plank. Inhale, squeeze everything in, keeping the body in a nice, straight, controlled line. Inhale. Exhale, we place the foot down on the ground. Use the core here to bring you back up to center, chest stacks over hips. Pause here. Feel the arms burning, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, hands come down onto the mat in front of us, shoulders stacked over wrists, left knee moves in, big toes together, knees move apart, and just sink the sit bones down onto the heels, walking the hands forward, coming into child's pose. Don't worry if your forehead doesn't meet the ground, just grab a block. If you don't have a block, use a cushion or a book. You can always just place your forehead onto the block if it doesn't meet the ground. Staying in child's pose for 5 breaths. Really feeling into those hips, breathing into those hips. 3 more breaths. Well done, and we're going to repeat our mantra here, our intention. I am powerful. I am strong. I am focused. Well done, guys. Slowly from child's pose, we're going to press down through the hands. Use the hands to kind of drag, obviously without actually dragging them. Drag your hips up. Knees move to hip width distance apart. Hips stacked over knees. Shoulders stacked over wrists in tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to tuck the toes under, press down through the balls of the feet, and the hands send the hips high, coming into downward facing dog. 1 breath in downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, I want you to lift your right leg high to the sky. So the leg is extended out behind you, again in a kind of diagonal. Don't worry if your foot just comes here, here, or if you're all the way up here. Just focus here, squeeze the glutes. One more inhale. Exhale, we roll the body forward, so the hips, shoulders slap over the wrist, knee moves to the chest, squeeze the tummy, and then plant the foot down in between the hands. Don't worry if the foot doesn't get there, just shuffle it forward. Check your alignment here, so both toes should be pointing forwards, not on an angle, pressing down through the ball of the back foot, through the sole of the front foot, square the hips off. If you feel wobbly, just move this front foot out to the side. So pressing down through the feet, engaging the stomach, engaging the bum. We inhale, come up to our crescent lunge. Arms reach tall above the head. Take a moment here, really focus on those glutes. Ooh, don't worry if you're wobbly like me. Really also trying to extend that back leg, keeping it straight, not bent. Inhale, we're just going to stay here for a few breaths, really squeezing those glutes. Inhale. Exhale. From here, we're going to move the arms back, coming into an arrow lunge. So tilt the weight forward. I'm just going to move so you can see me. Tilt the weight forward. Really feel the weight in this front right leg, keeping the hips squared. Back leg extended. Pause here for a breath. We're then going to come up into our warrior three. So if you need the blocks, place 2 blocks out in front of you like this. And you're just going to find the blocks with your hands. Straighten through the front leg. Back leg comes up. So you're in a kind of T shape. If you're comfortable in warrior three, we're going to bring our hands to prayer of heart. Slowly tip the weight forward. Gaze through the stomach. Lift the back leg. I'm a bit wobbly today. Don't worry if you need to place your hands down on the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Don't worry if you need to keep the right leg bent. One more deep inhale. From here, again, have a block handy if you need it. I'm just going to show you guys with the block first. We're going to move into our half moon. So bend through the front knee. Place the right hand down on a block. Begin to straighten through your right leg. Engage the stomach. And slowly start to lift that left arm up to the sky. Don't worry if you're wobbly. Keeping the bum engaged, squeezing through the bum, both bum cheeks. Trying to lift that left leg a little bit higher. If you're comfortable without the block, we're just going to come from our warrior three. Fingertips move down to the ground. Fingertips are kind of in line with the right toes. And come up to a half moon. One more deep breath in. Exhale, both hands move down to the ground. Bend through the front knee. We're going to, trying to keep the back leg extended, slowly move the torso up, bringing that left knee bent out in front of us. If you need to put the leg down, shake out the legs, please do. But we're really trying to stay with this sense of self-discipline. Breathing into pain, breathing into tension. I'm just going to turn this way so you guys can see me. From here, we move into our tree. So with the right foot, if you need to, are we on the right foot? Oh, yeah. If you need to place the foot so it's just ankle, heel to ankle like that. If you feel stable here, come to this variation. So heel presses into the ankle, right knee comes out to the side. If you feel super stable here, you can move the foot up, so the sole of the right foot is pressing against the left shin. If you're comfortable here, we move the sole of the right foot up, pressing into the left inner thigh, squeeze the bum, right knee moves out to the side, it's not collapsing in. Really ground down through that standing foot, squeeze the bum. If you feel comfortable here, it's helpful to just pick a point on the ground to focus on. Ooh. So focus your attention on the point on the ground. You can move your hands up towards the sky. Inhale here, whichever variation you're in, just try and stay there, keeping our focus, balancing positions, so good for building our tapas, our self-discipline. Focus, whichever variation you're in, place the right sole of the foot down on the ground, shake the legs out, shake the hands out. Well done, guys. Shut the eyes, hands come to prayer of heart position. And we repeat our mantra, just standing at the top of our mat. Nothing has to be engaged here, just let it go for a moment. I am powerful. I am strong. I am focused. Well done, guys. We're going to move to the other side. So I want you guys to take your left foot out, so you're facing towards the left side of your mat. I'm just going to do it in the reverse direction so you can see me. So you step your left foot back, turn your torso, turn your body so you're facing the long left side of your mat. Feet spread, legs in a wide stance, so slightly wider than the width of your mat. Inhale, engage the stomach. Make sure the feet are parallel to each other, not pointing out like that to protect the knees. We inhale, arms spread out in a T position, arms strong. Engage the stomach, squeeze the bum. Exhale, we forward fold. Wide leg, forward fold. Hands come to the shins, maybe the upper thighs, maybe the ankles, maybe the feet, wherever that point is for you, that limit is for you, go there. Inhale, we squeeze the inner thighs together. Exhale, press through the hands, lower the chest a little bit further down to the ground. From here, hands come just underneath your face onto the mat. I want you to heel toe your feet, so your feet are now pointing out in a 45-degree angle. Bend the knees and slowly pressing down through the feet, we're going to roll the spine up, coming into goddess pose. So knees are pointing out in a 45-degree angle. Make sure they're not collapsing in. You should be able to see your big toe. Sink down with the hips, hands come to prayer of heart. Hold here for a few breaths. Really feel the glutes. Exhale. Shut down the eyes. I want you to just sit here for a moment. Feel the tension. Feel strong. One more deep breath in. Exhale. From here, we're going to roll the feet so they're pointing towards the back of our mat. So front foot comes our left foot, so it will be your left foot. Change. Just because I did it the other way so you guys can see me. So left toes roll, so the toes are pointing the back of your mat. And right foot rolls, so you're on the ball of your right foot. Bend through the front knee, coming into our crescent lunge on the other side. Hips stay squared. Engage the glutes. Press that right leg, that back leg. The back of the leg is pressing up towards the sky, extended, strong, pressing down through both feet. Inhale, arms move up, crescent lunge. Just pause here, feel the glutes, really squeeze those glutes. Inhaling. Exhaling. Well done, guys, you're doing so well. If you need to break, but try and stay with it. Inhale, exhale. One more deep breath in our crescent lunge. On the exhale, we tilt the torso forward, tilt the chest forward, chest tilting over the front knee. Arms come back, down along the sides of our bodies, arrow lunge. Pause here, squeeze the bum, and we're going to come into our warrior three. So if you needed a block on the other side, just move your blocks into position. So 2 blocks facing just underneath your hands. So if you need the blocks, come from your arrow lunge, place the hands down on the blocks, straighten through the front leg, lift the back leg up towards the sky. If you don't need the blocks, we're just going to move from our arrow lunge, hands come to prayer of heart. Slowly start to tip the weight forward. All the weight comes into that front foot. We bring our body into a kind of T position. Squeeze that back glute, squeezing both glutes. Inhale, engage the tummy. From here, we move into our half moon. So again, if you need the block, line the block in line with the front foot. Place the fingertips down. Use the hand to press the body, opening up the chest. It's me. Don't worry if you're wobbly. If you don't need the block, fingers just move in line with the front toes. Down onto the mat. Open the chest up, arms in a straight line. Squeeze the glutes, engage the tummy. Inhale. Exhale. From here, both hands move down to the mat, closing the hips so the hip bones are pointing down to the ground. Squeeze through that front foot down into the mat, grounding down. Try to slowly lift the hands, straighten the spine, and the back knee, the left knee comes up in a right 90-degree angle in front of us. If you need to put the legs down, wobble the legs out too, but try and stay with me here. Engage the stomach. Inhale, we move into our tree. So whichever variation works for you, maybe the heel presses into the ankle. Maybe the sole of the left foot goes to the inner right calf. Maybe the sole of the foot moves all the way up to the inner thigh. Wherever you are, really ground down through that right foot. Squeeze the glutes. Make sure this left knee is pressing out to the side, not collapsing in. Hips squared off. Engage the stomach. So just pick a point on the ground, focus on to keep your balance. If you're feeling comfortable here, stable here, feel free to move the arms up into any kind of variation you want. Maybe a mudra. Breathing, feeling so strong here, stable. Stable, focused. Tapas. Well done, guys. One more breath. Exhale, place both feet down on the ground. Shake the legs out, shake the arms out. Really let everything just go floppy. Rub the legs, giving them love. Thanking them for supporting us. Maybe bash the glutes out with this. And then I want you to just come into your ragdoll. Knees bent, hands clasping onto opposite elbows. Rock side to side. Well done, guys. From here, we're gonna release our arms, move our feet out to a 45-degree angle, slightly wider, about mat width distance apart. Slowly start to bend through the knees, pressing the elbows into the knees. We sink the hips down, coming into our yogi squat. Don't worry if you're comfortable here, stay here. But if you can sink your hips all the way down, that's perfect. But just go wherever you feel that point of tension. Keeping the hands in a prayer of heart, elbows pressing into knees, slowly rock side to side. Deep breaths into the groin, into the glutes. Inhaling, exhaling, come to stillness. From here, I want you to try and hold on the feet. Place the arms, I'm just going to turn so you can see me. So we're going to take the arms out behind us. Come onto the fingertips just behind our sit bones. And I want you to slowly walk the feet out. Feet parallel, mat width distance apart, knees pointing up to the sky. And slowly lower down onto your hips. Let the knees fall out to the side, soles of the feet come together, coming into Baddha Konasana. Deep breaths into the hips here, maybe pressing the knees down to the floor. Notice here how your hips feel compared to when we came into this position at the beginning. Do they feel looser? Are they in pain? Just noticing all these differences in our bodies. Come to stillness. Find your point of tension. Breathing in. Breathing out. Well done, guys. From here, slowly roll through the spine, chest stacks over hips. We're coming into our fire log, so move the right leg into the center, so the knee is pointing out towards the right corner of the room, or wherever you are. Knee pointing out to the right, foot is flexed, left foot comes on top in the same position, so the soles of the feet are in line with the edge of the thighs. Keeping the feet flexed. If this is really, really uncomfortable, you can always just place the top foot out in front of you like that. If your knee is sort of all the way up here, that's a sign that maybe this stretch is just not quite right for your body, so just come into this variation of the top leg, so the left leg just placed in front of the right. Whichever variation you want to come into it now. Inhale, hands press into the tops of the knees. We stretch the spine up. 2. Exhale, keeping the sit bones planted on the mat. Slowly start to pad the hands forward. Coming to wherever you start to feel that stretch. Breathing deeply into the hips. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we walk the hands back towards the legs, straightening the spine, chest stacks over hips, and we reverse the position of our legs. So left leg comes underneath, right leg comes either on top or in front, bearing in mind that each side's different, so make sure that if this side's tighter, you position your body accordingly. Come into whichever variation. If you're coming into full fire log, making sure the feet are flexed and in line with the outer edge of your thigh. Inhale, press the hands into the tops of the knees, stretch the spine long, crown grows tall. Exhale, we slowly start to pad the hands forward, finding that point of tension where you can really start to feel that stretch. Go there and try and sit there, sit in that tension, breathing into the hip. Exhale. Finding tapas not only in our strength poses but also in our flexibility. Really finding a discipline to move into those areas of tension and sit there, breathing with it. One more deep inhale. Exhale, slowly start to pad the hands towards you. From here, we're going to extend the legs out in front of us. Legs staying hip width distance apart. Feet are flexed as if your feet are pressing against a wall. That's the kind of tension I want you to have in your feet. All 4 corners of the feet forcibly pushing forward. Palms come either side of your sit bones. Press through the hands into the mat. Inhale, spine grows tall, coming into our staff pose. Engage the tummy here, really feeling a stretch along the backs of those legs. Exhale, we bend the knees, soles of the feet plant on the mat. Engage the tummy, and we're going to roll through the spine, coming down onto our backs. Well done, guys. Rock the knees side to side, windshield wiper from the legs, the knees. Just really starting to release the hips. Release the tension in our tummies. Coming into some yin, balancing ourselves out. From here, squeeze the knees into the chest. Rock and roll along the spine, maybe making circular motions. Inhale, exhale. From here, we're going to come into a figure of 4 with our legs. So extend both legs up to the sky. Hold the backs of the thighs. Flex the feet. Pause for a moment, feeling a stretch along the hamstrings. Inhale, we're going to bend the right bend the right knee and cross the right ankle over the left knee. So the right knee points out towards the right. Left knee bends. Place the hands on the backs of the left thigh, and squeeze the knee, the foot in towards your chest. You should feel really nice stretch along that right hip. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. On the inhale, we straighten both legs back up to the sky. Flex the feet, feel stretch along the hamstrings. We move to the other side, so bend through the left knee. Hook the left ankle over the right knee, so the left knee now points out towards the left side. Bend the right knee, place the hands on the back of the right thigh, and squeeze the knee, the foot in towards the chest. This is my tighter side. Again, being aware that both sides may feel different to each other. Rock through the hips. Deep breaths in to the belly and out from the belly. Okay, from here, extend both legs up to the sky. And then slowly just extend the legs out along the mat. Let the feet flop out to the sides, palms come mat-width distance apart, facing up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, lion's breath, let everything go. Well done, guys. Sometimes what I like to do before I come into my Shavasana is place my hands just on my hairline and just stretch my neck out. Placing my head down with my hands, keeping the spine nice and long, chin slightly tucked in towards the chest, just so we're not curving through the back of the neck. Palms placed on the ground, or if you want to, you can always place your palms on your tummy or your chest, whatever feels comfortable for you. Deep breath in the into the tummy. Exhale one more time, lion's breath. Really let everything go, let all your thoughts go out of your mind. Well done, guys. We move into our final Shavasana, our final relaxation. Just really trying to clear the mind, emptying the thoughts here. And I want you to, before you sink deep into relaxation, just take a moment to think of an area of your life that you want to conquer, something you desire, something that's been sitting with you, a task or an aim or a goal that you haven't really managed to get around to yet, but there's always sitting in your mind, nagging at you every day, a passion, something you love that you wish you did more of. Just take a few moments to think of this thing. It could be work related, it could be a relationship with someone, just anything, just something that you want to do, something you want to complete, but you never seem to find the time or the energy to do so. Take a few moments to think of this thing. When you have it in your mind, hold it there. And now I want you to invite the tapas, the self-discipline, the energy, the heat that you've created on your mat today. Invite it into that thing, invite it into that task. Send the fire from your body into your mind, into that task, and make a promise to yourself that you will come off your mat today and use the energy, the heat, and the tapas you've harnessed, to complete that thing, to give you the energy, the motivation to go forward and fulfill what you desire, to do what you enjoy with energy, passion and fire. Well done, guys. We're going to take one more deep breath in to the belly And on the exhale, we're going to exhale lion's breath and just clear the mind completely. No more thinking about external things in our lives. Just exhale, let the mind go blank. Deep breaths in. Let the breath flow naturally. Start to quiet the mind. Maybe pick an image of stillness, of quietness to focus on. I like to always imagine a clear blue sea, something calming, cooling, balancing out the fire we've created with a nice, cool, watery image. So maybe it's a nice deep pool of water, a lake. Maybe it's the sea. Maybe it's a clear blue sky. Just pick a calming, spacious image. And as you try and sink into your Shavasana, if your thoughts wander off, just bring your mind gently back to this image. If you have time, please pause the video. Stay for as long as you can in your Shavasana. When you're ready, I want you to slowly start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, scrunching the hands up into fists, rolling through the ankles, rolling through the wrists, bringing a little bit more awareness to the breath. From here, slowly move the knees into the chest, clasping the hands around the knees, rock side to side. And then just go to roll onto whichever side you feel comfortable, keeping the knees bent, using the arm as a pillow. Shut the eyes, taking a breath in our fetus position, a position that represents newness of life, new energy, rebirth. Start to make your way up to a seated position, pressing through the hands, crossing the legs, sitting up tall through the spine. Inhale, exhale, hands come to prayer of heart. For one last time, we repeat our mantra. I am powerful. I am strong. I'm focused. Bowing our heads to our hands. The light in me recognizes the light in you. Namaste. Well done, guys.